Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Solo from the Ark Cluster AlphaBorn, and today we are making another hard cave easy. So today we're going to be focusing on the hard ice cave next to Blue Ob and near the volcano with the little lake or the stream down below. So back on official before cryopods, we actually had to do this cave with no dino assistance, or we would have to sacrifice a transmitter on the inside to then pull a dino out. So today's video we're going to focus on no cryopods, no dinos. So I'm trying to make a video that's not just for the alpha level tribe. I want this video to be able to be useful to you guys who are maybe beta level or just beginning to get there in the actual game of Ark. So you are going to need some type of good armor. I recommend fur, but you probably could get away with some riot or some good flak. As you can see, we're working on official stats again, which means that this video can help you on official and non-official. As you can see, I only have about 20 fortitude. Now that's what I recommend, being around that. If you have just under it, don't worry too much if you are using fur, because if 2 or 3 pieces of fur armor break, then the fortitude around the 20 mark is still good enough to keep me alive in that cave. As you can see, I have 300 carry weight. Now that is what I recommend having because we are using some heavy items today. And I have just over 300 health. We're actually going to be using shotguns to help with the wild dinos inside, because shotgun ammo is lighter to carry than stone arrows. And as you can see, I'm also carrying fiber and hide, because believe it or not, that is lighter to carry than it is to carry an actual sleeping bag. So I have the sleeping bag in my quick selection bar ready to be crafted, but I'm not going to craft it until I need it. And then on top of that, we also have foundations and door frames, which is what we're going to be using to break the cave into sections. This is quite a large cave. This is going to take quite a bit of time, so there's nothing quick and fast here. It is purely just trying to get the artifact, putting the time and the work in. And we also have a few guys with us today, and some of them have never actually been through this cave before. So this will be a new experience for them, so hopefully we can show them what Ark is all about. So stay tuned and we'll see how we get on.
Okay, so in today's video I've actually added a brand new mini game. Try and spot all of the emoji heads. Keep count, and at the end of the video comment your number below and let's see if you can find them all. And I actually have CM and Ackman joining me today. Neither of them have ran through this cave before. I imagine they've done a few raids here or there, but they've never actually done it for the artifact. So, brand new team, brand new method, and let's just have some fun. So as you can see, at the start of the cave we're using the crouch spot just to try and clear a few dinos away. The next part is of course putting down some foundations and some door frames. The entire point of this method is that every opportunity that we have to, say, create a bottleneck where we can take on a minimal amount of dinos with a minimal amount of damage to us is basically where we're going to try and place down everything that we need. So once again, we are back to our official settings, which means we do have the meshing snap point done, or collision. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, so the point of this is, like I said, this is pre-cryopods. If you have cryo dinos, you can use them. Ferries will be quite good in this cave. But if you don't want to use a dino, you don't want to risk it, this is the easiest and the fastest method there is. So as you can see, every time dinos start coming towards us, we just back away, start using the shotguns. Now it's very important here to remember as well, the water in the cave actually hurts you. So yeah, it would not be a good idea to decide to go for a long swim. So just get in, get out as soon as you can. So again, as you can see, we're in the second section now. Again, making down our camp or our base. Ackman with the Pelovia. You'll notice in this video that Ackman actually takes on quite a lot of the Pelovias. He wasn't very good at spotting where they are, but most of the time we kept him alive. So someone's got to take the hit here. 2 Pelovias in the ground. It wasn't going to come out unless someone took the hit. Try not to shoot your team members when you're doing this. We did land a few shots on each other. Luckily the shotguns weren't too overpowered. But yeah, every time we hit ourselves, of course, we're also damaging our armor, so try and be a bit more cautious. Just trying to aggro every single dino, bring it up to our foundations. I'm using this opportunity to make a sleeping bag, but I forgot how long it takes to craft a sleeping bag, so we're just standing around. There's another Pelovia. And Ackman DCs. So I guess we'll wait. And wait. And wait. He's really just laying down on the job now, isn't he? So, I mean, come on. Get back in. Oh, look, another Pelovia. More waiting. I think he was hoping that we got the cave done by the time he got back in. Oh, and now he's back in. So here, I'm used to there being quite a pile up down there, so I said put some foundations here, but CM wanted to move them around because there was nothing there. I think some of the spawns are still a bit... Oh, we missed the airdrop. I think some of the spawns are still a bit off. Even though we are getting dinos in here, I remember being on official and there being probably twice this amount. It works out beneficial for us because obviously less to kill means we got through faster. But yeah, I definitely remember there used to be twice what it is in this video. There's Pac-Man again trying to be Aquaman. Freaking out that there's 2 bears behind him, about to chew on him. So as you can see as well, guys, if you haven't noticed yet, I have tried doing a lot more editing in this video. I am self-taught or self-learning, so I do feel I'm getting better each time I experiment. So although in this video I can see my edits are not perfect, I personally feel they're pretty good for someone who has no idea what he's doing and has never done it before. So each video I'm just going to keep trying and keep learning, pushing myself and seeing what can I actually do, how can I actually do it. So hopefully, you know, I can just keep improving my quality for you guys, and just making sure that I can push out the best content possible, really. But if you look at my earlier videos, you will see they're nothing like what I'm doing now. So even in just a couple of weeks, I've pretty much doubled or tripled my ability coming up to editing. So I'm quite proud of that. And if you have any pointers or any tips, feel free to comment below and just let me know what can I do to make some of my edits better, more efficient, faster. Pac-Man and the Plethora again. The funny thing is, in the party, I was actually telling him every time there's a Plethora, slow down, don't go too far ahead unless you're observing. He was just too excited. He was loving this. So was CM. Both of them enjoyed this a lot. They're used to raid and they're used to PvP, but they haven't actually focused much on completing the actual Ark game. So this was a great experience for them, showing them there is more to Ark than just fighting constantly. Now I have actually, as you can probably see, sped up a few parts of this. I didn't want the video to get too long. It's already approaching the 20-minute mark, and if I didn't do that, I probably would have been hitting the 30-minute mark. So I didn't want to waste too much time or too much of your time just watching one cave. But hopefully you're seeing enough at a speed that you can see this could help. And that even if you don't have the dinos, but you just want to get the artifact or get the drops, this is a way that you can do this on official and unofficial, early game if you need to, but using primitive gear does make it a lot harder and make it take a lot longer. So pros and cons really. You can come in quite early on and take ages, but you might walk out with some decent blueprints, or you can hold off, get some blueprints, get some decent shotguns, some decent armor, and then give it a go. Again, Ackman just died. He hasn't yet, he's about to. Come on, he's into the corner. So here, as you saw, I could have gone straight. Now I always recommend going left. If you go left and up, one, there's less dinos, but two, there's always a red drop there. Now here you do need to sprint jump, okay? If you walk, you're going to fall down and you're probably going to get pinned by a lot of dire bears. CM and Ackman there were both saying, come on Solo, you can just jump over it. And I was just saying to them, yeah, but what happens when we're running from dinos? Like that Plethora right there. If we don't open it up, we're trapped. So we're getting close to the artifact now. So as you can tell, this cave is huge. So it is a really good fun cave to play in and have a go at getting the artifact, but you do need to put aside some time. This is not a 10-minute in and out. If you use dinos, it might be a little bit faster, but then there's also some parts of the cave that are quite low, so you won't be able to use big dinos like on official. When we were at the stage of, say, sacrificing transmitters, I did just pull out a T-Rex, and in the wide open spaces, the T-Rex was really helpful. But then I had to re-upload him before moving on to the next stage. So I don't necessarily recommend using a Rex in this cave. Fairies, or should I say medium-sized dinos, they should be able to fit through most of the cave. So that might be the way to go forward. Now, even though we're this close to the artifact, it's not a home run yet. The artifact has a lot of bodyguards. This monkey just won't die. With the Palovias again. He seemed to be a Palovia magnet. He really needs to slow down, have a little look around. Oh, and another one. So this will be the final choke point now. Go guys, top left, there's the artifact. But yeah, so arguably this is the hardest cave on the island, and as you can see, with a bit of time, patience, you can get through it. You just can't rush it. You rush, you fail. So you just got to take your time. You know, set an hour aside in prep. Of we're going through the cave, we're going to take an hour doing it, but once you've achieved it, you'll be able to keep doing it. And I know in the comment section some of you guys are going to pop up and say, oh, I didn't know people still need tutorials for this, and I didn't know people didn't know this. Basically, the thing you have to remember is not everyone has made it to an alpha level. Even now in today's world, there's a lot of new players coming back to ARK or coming into ARK. They've never been an alpha level. So, you might not have learned anything from this video, but there are some people out there that did. And they're the ones this video is aimed at, okay? I don't always make videos based around being an alpha. Some people still need to learn the journey on how to get to that level. So now that we've collected the artifact, we just need to either sprint or fight our way back out. Because the cave's so large, dinos do spawn back in while you're in there. And that's the thing to remember. At some point as well, I actually made a joke and said that me and CM are finding the cave too easy, but Ackman's probably just not worthy because he's died 3 times and been bit by multiple Palovias. So as revenge, he demoed the foundation keeping me alive as a way of saying that he is worthy. But thankfully though, when I spawned back in, he's actually dragged my body the rest of the way so I can just get in and collect my stuff. So anyway guys, that is basically a hard cave made easy. I hope you find it helpful. Let me know in the comments how many of the emoji heads you found, and in the next video I will give a shout out to those who get the answer correct. Until next time guys, I will catch you on AlphaBorn.